In this video, we are going to discuss time shifting property in Z transforms. You can see here, if we are having any discrete time sequence x of n with Z transform x of z, so this is the Z transform of x of n, x of z is the Z transform of discrete time sequence x of n, then time shifting property states that, so if you consider time shifting of this time domain signal, discrete time domain signal like x of n minus m, if you right shifted your signal by m, so then the Z transform is going to change like this. So generally for x of n, the Z transform is x of z. If you are shifting your signal to m, right side shifting, that means x of n minus m, then the Z transform is going to vary like z power minus m into x of z. For example, if you are using or if you are shifting by left side, this is right shifting. If you are shifting left side, then the Z transform may be like this, z power plus m into x of z. This is about time shifting property of Z transform. Now I am going to prove this property. So generally, what is the equation of Z transform of any signal x of n means, so the Z transform of x of n, any signal x of n is equivalent to, so this can be always represented with x of z. The equation to calculate this x of z is equivalent to summation n is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity the signal for which we need to calculate Z transform into z power minus n. So this is the Z transform equation to calculate the frequency domain or Z domain of the signal x of n. Now we want the Z transform of x of n minus m is equivalent to z power minus m into x of z. We need to prove the Z transform of x of n minus m as like this. So here I am going to consider Z transform of x of n minus m here. So here my signal is not x of n. So I am going to substitute my signal x of n minus m in place of the general signal x of n. So I am going to substitute here in this equation n is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity in place of x of n. So I am going to substitute x of n minus m into z power minus n. Now I am considering n minus m is equivalent to p. So that implies n is equivalent to p plus m. I am going to replace these values here. So that is equivalent to summation n is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity x of p in place of n minus m. Now onwards I can take p and z power n is there. So z power minus n place I am taking p plus m. So now this is equivalent to summation n is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity x of p z power minus p into z power minus m. I am considering like this. So you can see, as I am replacing this n with p, so here also limits are also going to change. So p is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity I am going to get. So for example, n is equivalent to p plus m. If n is equivalent to minus infinity, so here for example n is equivalent to minus infinity, then p value is also equivalent to minus infinity. Your limits are also going to change. P is equivalent to minus infinity to plus infinity. So here when you are replacing this n is equivalent to p plus m, then p must be is equivalent to n minus m when you are considering like this. So when n equivalent to minus infinity, your p value will be minus infinity. When n is equivalent to plus infinity, p value must be plus infinity. So I am changing my limits also when I am changing these values, n minus m as p and n as p plus m. So now here I am writing this summation is related to p. So that is why I am letting it out z power minus m. So because that is a constant. So here that is equivalent to z power minus m. Summation p is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity x of p z power minus p. You can observe this. This is again in the form of Z transform of x of n. But here the variable is p, here the variable is n. If you replace p with n, if you consider p is equivalent to n, again this is the equation of Z transform of x of p. So, you can write this as z power minus m into x of z. We proved that Z transform of x of n minus m is equivalent to z power minus m into x of z. So, here for example, you know that del of n transform z transform is del of n z transform is 1. If you are asked to find out what is the Z transform of del of n minus k, then you can use this time shifting property. If x of n Z transform is x of z, if x of n Z transform is x of z, then x of n minus something, n minus m Z transform is z power minus m x of z. So, here in place of m I am having k, so z power minus k, so x of z value is 1. So, del of n minus k is having z transform z power 1 minus k. So, here for example, del of n minus 1 is there. So, what is the z transform of del of n minus 1? So, the z transform is generally z power minus 1, z inverse. So, z inverse means 1 by z is the z transform of del of n minus 1, shifted impulse function. Shifted impulse function is having z transform like this. Similarly, if you are left shifting your signal, you can take z power plus m into x of z. So, by using time shifting property, we can easily find out this shifted signals transform, shifted signal z transform very easily by using this property.